Okay, I said in the last video that we'd talk about dimensioning and stuff like that. So I decided to go ahead and do that on the basement plan so I could get everything set up the way kind of get us ready for printing. So on my basement level plan, let's go through some setups here first and set our scale to 1/4 inch. Visibility and graphics. Let's look at this. I turned off floors so that my floors pattern is not showing up on this sheet because I'm going to print this sheet. Okay. And I did an override on structural foundations. And so for the surface pattern, I unchecked visibility on both of the patterns there. Okay. And I changed my line type to a hidden 3/8 uh, line pattern. And I think that's pretty much all of that. Okay. And so you can see that gets me to here so that all my foundations are showing. Oh, well, let's go to view range. Basement level, I got a height of 7'6". A cut plane, I moved up to 6 feet so that my beam will well, I set it at 6 feet. Let me try 4 feet and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's why I changed it. Okay, I made that 6 feet so that my garage and porch wall and footings would show up. And the bottom, I made it 1 foot below the top of footing level so that my footings would show up. Okay, so that's got everything showing with the exception of the beam across here. Okay, now how we deal with that is with a plan view. So we'll go to view. Right here on the plan views, we hit the pull down and we go plan region. And what this allows us to do is to create a region of our plan that has a different view range. And so we're going to do a rectangle right here that would enclose our beam. And I want to set my view range so that the cut plane, I think 7 feet works with that. Let's try it. Yes. Okay, so that shows my beam. But here's a trade-off, okay? Because I'm going to change my detail level to coarse. Uh, okay, so that changes my beam type to a total. It makes it a line, but it's a solid line, which I would prefer it to be a center line pattern. And it still shows everything good except for the details on my stud walls here. And we'll have to kind of turn this back and forth as when you go to apply your dimensions, because these dimensions here are to the face of the I'll tell you what, huh, let's let's play with something here while we're, oh, did that change? Oh yeah, I would rather that stay at least medium so that our windows show up really well. Okay. Um, Now all we can do on that is, so let's look at our visibility and graphics. I don't know. Hmm, I don't, I think that's going to take more work than we're going to want to put into it. So let's just leave it there for right now because our beam pockets show up, our windows show up really well, and our framing over here shows up well. So let's leave it at medium detail and pop in your dimensions. Okay, and before we print, we're going to hide the visibility of that plan region. So pop in your dimensions the way they've got them shown on the print. One thing I don't know that we addressed this footing previously, but oh, we got kitchen wall. Okay. What I did is I created a new rectangular footing, and it's you look at the detail on sheet 2, the bearing wall footing detail B on sheet 2. It shows the size of it as being 1 foot thick, 2 feet wide, and it's right below the slab floor. And so I just created a new one. I made it 17 feet long. Okay, that seemed to work good here because it wasn't really dimensioned in our drawing sheets. So that seemed to work pretty good. Because if you try a wall footing underneath this wall, it won't put it below the slab. Okay, so I think that looks good as far as dimensions. We got that plan view. Let's see. Let me check this. Let me look at first floor. I got that in. Okay, so we need to do one there also to pick up that cut in the wall. So let's try another one. And okay, so you can see right there how it picked it up. And what we will do when we get ready to do our drawings, we can put in a fill region there, or we can do it now. That's not a problem. It's on the Annotate tab region. We want to go fill, and I'm going to pick lines. And yeah, of course we want to. I should be locking those. Okay, and this thing went with a diagonal. Okay, so that would work. We could, once we know where those lines are, we could have drawn that in anyway and kept the hatch pattern, but that would work. Okay. I think we're good as far as our dimensioning. We're going to add a lot of these other things, the notes and all that kind of stuff later when we're starting to get ready for our actual plan. But that's kind of where we should be right now with basement plan. Okay, and we'll go more into graphics override when we're getting ready to put our sheets together. So that should be, I think that should be good there. Okay, I can't think of anything right now. So if that's it, if you got questions, shoot me an email or come see me.